Hello and welcome back to Toasty Toes Uncut. You see, that was because it's the scary uncut. I did the, you know?
Yeah, I fucking get it.
Yeah, okay. So,
Quit
this
the
is our
flex.
flex. This is the spooky uncut. So the title of this episode is probably going to be Scary Stories Redux, because what me and Sam are going to be doing is we're essentially going to be redoing our first episode of Toasty Toes Uncut, which was like 2 years ago.
It's been so long.
Yeah, it has literally been so long since
We've been
I was
we've been
kidnapped and forced to make Toasty Toes videos by a Chinese mafia. I'm sorry. So,
We've been trapped in a Call of Duty lobby for 2 years.
so basically, this episode is still going to be different though, because I found a ton of old footage on my old phone from like the night that a lot of the scary stuff was happening. I found like this old footage.
You what?
I did.
Well, this is the first time hearing of it. I mean, I guess that's on purpose, though.
Yeah, it is on purpose.
Fucking idiot.
So that's what we're gonna do today.
Great.
Let us set up the game. What do you think?
Let us set up the game.
What do you think is the spookiest map? Cause like, it's gotta be spooky.
I wouldn't know.
Brazil? No, no, no.
Yo, Brazil, bro, Brazil.
That's too much. I want to go something that fits the theme. The first episode we did on Terminal, so do you want to like do it again so it's like in the same location?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Alright, it's cool. Game rules. Unlimited. That many.
Unlimited.
Unlimited power.
Fuck 12. Fuck SWAT.
I just hit the coop with the lock.
Hit the quan.
Nay, nay, baby.
You're cringe. I don't know how to tell you this.
Oh,
but,
this joke is cringe, actually, so we should stop this.
You know what, Sam? You know what? I'm sick and tired.
Jeez, you should get tested.
Sam, you infuriate me to no end.
I'm Spetsnaz.
I'm Spetsnaz. I'm Spetsnaz.
Okay, let's get on track. The audience wants scary stories. Let's not talk about Obama for the whole episode again. Again!
Again. Ah.
But before we get to the scary stories, there actually is another thing that I want to bring up. It's about the last episode of Uncut, which I actually want to frankly apologize for. I know that makes it sound like it was really horrible, but it honestly wasn't. But basically, with the last Uncut, the audio was a bit weird because, as we mentioned in the Uncut, we've been like fiddling around with like our PCs and we've been getting new equipment and stuff. And I actually had a new headset and a new microphone. And what happened was, because it was a new microphone, like I didn't change the settings for my like recording. So there wasn't any audio for me, but there was for Sam. But luckily, because my headset also has a microphone, it recorded my audio. So I was able to recover the audio, and so the episode is pretty much intact, just that the audio is not as good quality as some of the other uncuts. So there's that, but it's still an intact episode. I just thought that I would address it because it was like really weird to like have like a video from like with like 2009 like quality audio on my end. So like my apologies. But we're good now. Hopefully it's been fixed. I don't sound like I don't sound like I'm from 2009, right?
No, but did I ask though?
Yeah.
Yes, you actually did.
Well, you know what, Sam? That's what I thought.
Yeah, I'm really tempted to just take my AC and throw it out the window right now. Like, out of pure rage.
Okay,
Holy shit.
I'm just gonna get I'm gonna get you as mad as humanly possible.
No, you act like you have control of them. Oh, well, I guess you kind of do, but...
What do you mean? It's a video game.
Yeah.
You actually have control over your actions, Sam. And you see, what you don't know is that I'm God.
I'm ugly God. I'm ugly God.
I'm fugly.
I'm fugly. I'm fugly God.
I'm
Frankly
frankly
God.
I'm frankly, yeah, I was thinking frankly.
I'm frankly.
Okay. Enough about frankly. Now we move on.
No
So
more
yeah,
frankly posting.
this pretty much is gonna be like, the whole episode is just gonna be like this one topic. So don't expect anything like other than this. Pretty much. The way you were just like, oh man.
No! I thought I got you.
You're just like, oh man. Oh man.
man.
Oh man. Not again.
No, you fucker! Wait, what's the button for knifing?
No, I'm not gonna tell you because then you're gonna knife me and I'm gonna get mad.
Okay. I know what to do. So, oh my god.
Michael. Trolling Sam Harris on Modern Warfare 2.
Parentheses, he gets mad in all caps.
Parentheses, he screams.
He screams.
Alright, so...
Crooked Hillary. Alright, so...
So, I actually thought that maybe we could start with a ghost story that we both know, because we've both actually seen a ghost before, Sam.
Yeah, you're gonna have to remind me what the fuck you're talking about.
He's the ghost that haunts our high school. The ghost of Brian!
Wait, remind me again who Brian is? Wait.
You don't remember the ghost of Brian?
No. Wait, you mean that guy? That asshole?
Yeah.
Oh!
Alright, we need to explain this to the audience. So basically, when we were in middle school, transitioning to high school, there was this popular kid named Brian. You never think that he would do something this weird, but he did. You wouldn't think that he would do something this bizarre, elaborate, and frankly just strange, right?
Yeah.
So what he did was he faked his own death by having like a fake car crash, and he faked his own death.
Wait a
But
minute.
what?
Are you talking about the car crash that they held the assembly for?
No. What are you talking about? And why would
Do you remember that?
No.
You don't remember the car crash that someone made fun of, and then they had... It was right outside the school, and like his family died? Or his girlfriend died, I should say.
Sam, you're going to summon a real ghost if you can't...
No!
You can't talk about this. You can't...
No, please!
No. He
The
didn't
ghost
actually
just comes
die.
out and he's just like, that's mad disrespectful.
Yo, chill with that.
Bro, that's mad disrespectful.
No, he didn't actually die. He faked the car crash. And he was actually alive, but he told everybody on social media that he was actually
Hey
dead.
y'all, I'm dead.
No, people, he got his friends to spread that he was dead. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And everyone believed him to be dead. But of course, then the school year came around, and he wasn't dead. So instead...
Oh, I was lying.
Instead, what happened was, to mock him for being an asshole, everyone pretended as if he was dead.
Oh, like sort of like how in Dire Wimpy Kid.
I knew you were gonna bring that up. I knew it. You're gonna bring up Shirag. You can't go 5 minutes without bringing up Shirag and the corn dog incident. Oh, there you are. Where the fuck were you?
Oh, I was camping.
What?
Yep.
Yeah, it was
Oh
camping.
shit. Oh shit.
You're a dumbass.
Anyway, so you were saying?
So yeah, so
when Greg Heffley pretends Chirag Gupta isn't a person. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. So we all pretended that Brian wasn't real for a little bit. It was quite humorous.
That does sound quite humorous.
I can't believe you don't remember this.
Yeah, no, I don't think I was there for that. I don't think you ever told me about that before. I don't know who Brian is or who.
Yes, you do.
Have I had a conversation with this person?
Yes.
Wait, was he the fuckboy with the fake Gucci belt?
Yeah.
Oh, that motherfucker! My mom. Oh.
What? Did you just shotgun me?
Did you just shot? Yeah, I did.
What are you gonna do about it?
Oh.
You gonna come back to life?
It's almost as if it's a video game.
It's almost as if.
You a bitch.
You a
Wow, that guy. Yeah, I remember him actually. He faked his. Wow. What?
Now is
What
it
a
all coming
desperate-
back?
Yeah. What? No, I don't remember this incident, but I remember Brian. I remember I would talk to him a lot.
Yeah,
he was in my
he
class.
had
in
his
middle
fake
school.
Gucci belt, so you know that he was.
Oh, fuck you!
The
fuck,
fact.
fuck you! Literally. Oh my god.
The fact that I didn't die when you had me at point blank.
Oh yeah, well I got you. Like
Yeah, but I didn't die.
that was annoying as shit.
Yeah. No, he faked his own death.
That is truly a dick move.
That is truly a fake Gucci belt move.
That is a fake Gucci belt moment.
Brian moment.
Yo, come here, Sam. Come here.
Where are you?
I'm over here. I'm by the security. You got 20 seconds to come here.
I don't know where the security is.
Burger Town, bro.
Oh, Burger Town? I'm coming.
Burger Town. Where you coming from?
I'm coming. Ah! We both had the same idea.
Yeah. That was
Did I
fun.
get you at least? Oh, I didn't get you. That sucks. Well, I still won. Even though I set the time to unlimited, what the fuck?
Ooh, Brian.
It's the ghost of Brian.
It's the ghost of Brian. Yeah, okay.
Brian.
Yeah, that guy was really annoying. Like he bought the Supreme brick, and then when his dad was remodeling his house, he made his dad put the Supreme brick into his wall so he could look at it. Like imagine being like a boomer and like your son is like,
Wait,
hey dad,
the Supreme brick?
wait, you don't know the Supreme brick, bro? It's just a
Is that a brick with Supreme on it?
Yeah, it's a brick with the Supreme logo carved into it. It's like $800, and he bought it. And he went to his dad and he said, "Dad, I know you're remodeling the house. I want you to lay the Supreme brick like into my wall."
Oh my god!
Yeah, I know. What an obnoxious
What a terrible person.
You're wasting $800 that could like feed people on the Supreme brick.
You could feed an African village with that.
You could feed several families, yeah. But no.
Now we need Supreme.
Yeah, he needs the Supreme brick. He needs to fake his own death. So.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Well, that was that.
Well, that's a funny story.
Yeah, that's
I
pretty
didn't know about
interesting.
that. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely interesting. But yeah, let's move on to the real ghost stories, you know?
Oh.
Yeah, let's definitely move on. So let me take out my notes because I have notes on this subject. Because I wanted to make sure that I actually got everything 100% straight this time. So, because last time when we did it, you know, I got some stuff right, but there's also a lot of stuff that I got wrong.
Fuck! Holy fuck! He had dookie fart.
What were you thinking in that moment?
Diarrhea dookie fart. Oh. Oh, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you!
Yeah,
I
definitely.
thought I just didn't do anything. I was just like,
Didn't do anything to prevent that. It was just like,
yeah, I know.
Yo, fuck you!
No, fuck you, fuck you.
The audience doesn't know that we've been making that joke, cause it's
Buka, yo, Buka.
Buka Schmeat.
Buka Schmeat. Booger Schmeat. We're literally at the level of Booger Schmeat.
A new character.
Bukta Sch...
Booger.
Booger. Booger! Yo, Booger. I don't know who Booger is.
Booger?
Yo,
Booger,
Booger just
Schmeat?
goes up to people like, hey yo, I'm Booger.
Booker? There's definitely somebody named Booker.
Yeah. Senator Cory Booger of New Jersey.
Damn it.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I know.
Anyway, so go ahead about
ahead
the
with the
real
story.
Sorry
real-
for interrupting you with my Booger Schmeat thing.
Yeah, that was just a stupid little thing that happened.
I also just realized that we didn't explain the joke like
the audience
Like, in
only
order
needs
to-
Booger
to actually
Schmeat.
talk about it instead of just saying the word Booger. Booger, yeah, alright, fine, Booger Schmeat.
That's all the audience needs to know.
That suffices.
Yeah,
You're
definitely.
right. You're right.
Fuck! Yes! Dude, I literally felt like I was a fucking, like, ultra instinct right there, dude. Like, I was just like, fuck. I kept, like, strafing, going the other way. I was like, he's gonna come this way. And I, like, went around. Dude. Shit. That was, like, the most intense, like, 5 seconds of my life. Like, you saw me, you knew what was gonna happen. Like, we both just started thinking. We were just like,
Yeah, no,
here we go.
the cogs were turning.
We're just like, da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Which Sam is really the smartest? Who's gonna outsmart the other?
Anyway,
Yeah, so let's start with the real stories now. I totally forgot what I was gonna, like, say. Let me look at my notes, don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me. Oh yeah. So, our town, we live in the, like, New England area, which is just, like, known for being spooky, right? You live in New England, you got ghosts, right? That's just the way it frankly is. Like, there's no getting around it. Like, it's ghouls.
it's ghouls, bro. It's ghouls. It's like I don't know. What
Like,
to tell you,
honestly,
bro.
I don't have to tell. It's ghouls for you, bro. Like,
It's ghouls for you, dude.
like, I just don't know what to tell you, honestly. Like, it's just... It's ghouls.
Nah, bro, this is straight ghouls, I'm telling you right now.
And I live in a... I live in, like, this village, which is
Gravity
far
Falls.
away. Yeah,
Gravity
it's...
Falls fucking Avenue.
Yeah. It's basically Gravity Falls, and it's far away from any sort of, like, it's far away from, like, the city. And it's near the border. That's all I'm gonna say. But I live near the border, not the Mexican border, just the border.
The border of one reality to the next.
Yeah. So,
Oh!
yes!
Yo, imagine.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So, yeah, you live near me, but not exactly the same area. So, my area is, like, Spooksville, McGee. And multiple creepy, weird things have happened in our town. Not just in my, like, street, but across the whole town. Like, so many crazy things have happened. Like, the clown incident, you know.
Wasn't
like,
that national though?
Well, there was just... It was national, but there were, like, a lot in our area, and we actually saw a couple, if you remember.
I never saw shit.
Oh yeah, you never saw shit. I saw that one on the bus.
You saw that one on the bus?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sib, you just forget everything. You just literally.
No, you're right. I do. I'm senile. I'm Joe Biden. Like, you ain't black, Sam.
What? Okay, so. Yeah,
Funny
so.
Joe Biden.
Funny Joe Biden.
Wait. Okay, Sam. Can I just interrupt your story real
Uh-huh.
quick? The drop is stuck on the roof, and I don't think we can get up there. So I think it's just like gonna be there for the rest of. How do we get that up? Like, is there a way to?
On the roof?
Yeah, you see what I'm talking about?
No. Well, it's your drop.
Oh, it just expired. It just expired. It's okay. Great. Never mind. My bad.
Oh well. So so yeah. So the clown incident was like a spooky thing that happened for a while. And then we also know a murderer. If you want to get into that,
Already gone into that.
we've already gone into that
Yeah. Right.
with the PCP.
Oh yeah. Okay. So there's this kid. He kind of talks like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking like a
he-
Shrek side character.
We're making him British when he's just a teenage boy. No, he was just making weed brownies, and someone said they weren't good. So when that person who said they weren't good asked for another one, he just laced it with PCP.
Yeah.
I don't think the kid died though. So that was just kind of whack though.
That really was not epic.
Yeah, that was not a good thing.
Not a good look.
Yeah, no, it's a real goose moment right there. I'm not gonna lie.
But I guess I'm the only one who has any true scary stories, like real supernatural, paranormal shit. And I can't do it if I'm focusing on killing you. Like, I just can't tell the story if I keep getting distracted.
No, you can tell the story.
No, you're just gonna kill me. So I'm gonna find a quarter. I'm gonna find a quarter. And I'm gonna start telling this. I didn't think so. Oh.
Fucking bitch. All right.
I didn't think so. Yeah, who's the bitch now, huh? Huh?
That was unnecessary. It was uncalled for.
That was Uncut. That was Toasty Toes Uncut.
that was Toasty Toes circumcised.
So...
Okay.
Okay, for real. Give me a chance to tell the story.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Beginning way back when I was a kid. My true first experience with a ghoul. This was even before the ghost story that I told on the previous episode. This was even before that. This is when I was in like 3rd or 4th grade. When I was friends with my friend Will. See previous episode of Uncut for context. But Will was like my friend. And I went over to his house for his birthday. It was a sleepover. And we were like chilling in this little basement that he had. His house was pretty nice. He's moved since then. I think he has like an apartment now. But back in the day, he used to have a really nice house. And there was like this little downstairs area. Like there was like the main floor, and then you could go downstairs. And it was sort of built on a hill. So downstairs was like also level with like the bottom of the hill. And there was like a little gym. He had like a gym in his house, and the walls were all windows. And there was a big flat screen TV, and it was looking out at a lake with like a forest and shit. And it was like just like, you know, like a room with like a padded floor, like a mat, and a huge flat screen TV, workout equipment, and glass walls. And so at the sleepover for his party, it was me and a couple of his other friends, and we were just staying up really late. We were playing like Saints Row, like games like that. Like we were just like going ham, like on these like open world games, like GTA and shit. Like whatever the one before 5 was, the one with New York, Liberty City.
Oh, okay.
4. 3.
Three.
Okay.
So yeah, we were playing like Liberty City and like Saints Row. And we eventually were gonna go to sleep, and because that was a big open area, and it also had a TV, his parents were gonna let us sleep down there. So like everyone got their own mattress. Not mattress, you know what I mean, sleeping bag. And we all went and laid them out and slept in that little gym with the glass walls.
Cool.
And we watched American Dad. No, the Cleveland Show, not American Dad. The Cleveland Show. We watched the Cleveland Show until everyone fell asleep. But then Will woke up in the middle of the night, and it was a little bit quiet. You know, everyone else was asleep, and the TV was like still on, but it was like quiet. You know.
Yep.
And he was the only one awake. No one else was awake. And he started like looking around. He was like, oh. Because he saw, like, you know how the walls are like glass? They're like glass windows.
Yeah.
He saw like a figure slowly circling around the outside of the glass.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pitch black night, so he just saw like a black figure just like circling, looking through the windows at the sleeping kids. And he was still in his sleeping bag. It's like he was just like, oh, oh. And he just saw this figure circling and looking at the kids. And he was like kind of like following the guy with his eyes, you know. He was like seeing it where he's going. And then he said that the guy, like, specifically, there was like this one moment where he cupped his hands around his eyes a little bit and like put his face against the window and peered in through the glass. And
The guy did?
yeah. And Will said that the guy had like a not normal face. Like it was like a humanoid face, but it was not normal. Like it looked like, he said that it looked like, you know how a clown has like weird like proportions on their face? It looked like that, but not a clown. Like it wasn't colorful. It was like that though, you know? Like he had like a weirdly proportioned like face.
Yeah.
And it's like
I see.
his like eyes were like sleepless. And he was peering in through the walls. Through the windows at the kids.
A weirdo.
A weirdo, right? You would think. But then, the dude, after he noticed, after he like looked at Will.
Wait, what the fuck? I just crashed the Predator missile.
Oh, after he looked at Will.
Fuck.
He just, like, he's looking at Will through the window when he peers up against the glass. And then after he notices that Will is there.
No! Oh!
He just, alright, you ruined the scary moment.
Nutting in your ear.
So, no! So,
Not the nut!
right as he's peering up against the glass and Will sees him and they make eye contact, the dude, like, fades away.
What do you mean he fades away?
Like, he goes, like, like, he moved, like, he just fades away.
Okay.
Like, he moves, he, like, pulls away from the glass and disappears as he's pulling away from the glass. Like, he's like, boom.
Oh, fuck. I don't like that noise.
Right as he's leaving. And Will was like, what the fuck? And then he started noticing weird things after that. And he noticed how, like, sometimes he would be sitting in this one couch in the gym, where, like, that was facing towards the TV in the same room where we were sleeping that night. And he would notice that as he was sitting there, the seat next to him, it was a leather couch. The seat next to him in the couch would just go, and it would sink down, as if somebody just sat down next to him.
Oh no, man, I don't like that.
Yeah, right after he made eye contact with the guy in the glass. That's when all this weird shit started happening.
That's not cool.
And that's only the beginning. Because he then told me that the weird guy kept coming back.
UAV recon standing by.
Right?
Repeat, UAV recon is standing
Um,
Yeah.
He noticed, you know, that like during the daytime, it would be like weird things like the couch
UAV
going down.
recon is standing by.
Mm-hmm.
But at night, he would notice that the guy would come back. And he didn't sleep in the gym, obviously, when he wasn't having like a sleepover. He slept in his room. And his room is on the second floor. But somehow,
UAV recon standing
out
by.
his bedroom window,
UAV recon.
he saw the same guy peering through, even though he was on the second floor. The guy was peering through his window, just as if he was standing. And like he this time he smiled at Will and he waved. And because Will was young, he just like waved back and didn't like say anything. And then the guy disappeared again.
Recon is standing by.
The same way, just after he got his wave.
Well, are you just gonna leave the story like that?
Yeah.
That's fucked up. That is really... I don't like that. I don't like that shit.
Why?
I'm gonna think about that.
I'm gonna think about that tonight. I'm gonna think about being on a foggy road in the middle of the night, and I look to the other end of the road, and I see a family member waving to me slowly, beckoning me to come closer.
Stop! Stop! No!
No!
I know that's not you, Dad. Go back to the
UAV
forest.
recon is standing by.
Isn't that how you beat it?
Yeah.
That's how you beat that Native American monster, for anybody who doesn't have any idea what we're talking about. I forget the name of that.
That is easily the freakiest, like...
Your UAV recon
Yeah,
is
it's
standing
freakier than
by.
the Wendigo. Wendigo is just like a cannibal.
the Wendigo is... The Wendigo!
Yeah, pretty much.
It's just like, it's like a green goblin tier, like...
Yeah, it's just a monster. It's not anything to
It's
it.
just like a... I'm a ghoul. Like, I'm the Wendigo. Bah.
Yeah. It really do be like that.
It really do be Wendigo, though.
Wendigo hours.
UAV recon ready for deployment.
Wendigo hours. Wendy hours.
Oh. Wendy's is Wendigo. Sammy, so you never told me that story before.
Yeah. It's because I only remembered it the other day.
Oh, you like purposely scrubbed it from your memory?
Yeah. No, I just didn't remember it, but I remembered it. The reason I remembered it is because I talked to him the other day. I texted him the other day, and I just remembered it because I knew that we were planning to do these uncuts. And I don't know. It just triggered a memory. Well, I remember.
Damn.
So yeah, that's a story from him. But like, you know, I was there on that day where the sleepover happened and shit. You know.
But you didn't see the dude.
I didn't see the dude because he probably has a particular attachment to Will.
I hate that we're talking about this in such plausible terms.
Well,
Like,
it is plausible.
yeah, you're right. Like, it is a... There
also-
do be ghouls out there.
I know Will very well. I know Will better than I know
Your care package
Sam.
is ready for delivery.
And that's like a lot, right? Because I've been doing a YouTube channel with
So-
Sam for 3 years.
So you know when he's fibbing.
Yeah,
when he's,
I know when he's fibbing, and he also doesn't fib in the first place. At least not about stuff like that. Like he's the type of
Not about
yeah.
Wendigos though. Not about Wendigos.
Yeah. No, he's the type of person to be like, yo, I rank 1 billion in Call of Duty, but you know that's different. He's not like the type of person to like fabricate.
I'm
story.
1 billion in Call of Duty.
You know,
He says.
Where you want.
he's not the type of person to like fake a whole story like that. you know?
Yep.
So I believe that whatever he saw was real. It might have been a creepy fucking pedophile, dude. You don't know.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
But also,
A pedophile with magical powers.
a pedophile with the ability to, like, somehow, like, grow to being, like, 2 stories tall.
Yo, an elongated pedophile.
We got any elongated pedophiles in the audience?
What the fuck did he just say?
Your
That's
care
me.
package is ready for delivery.
Oh shit, yo.
So that's just another example of something weird happening in my neighborhood. And I think because he lived near a lake, maybe some dude...
There was a lake monster who lived in at the bottom of the...
No.
What was it?
I was just gonna say that maybe somebody drowned in the lake.
Yeah, so you thoroughly freaked me the hell out. I am terrified.
Really?
No, I'm not like shaking, but like no, that's genuinely. I just hate when it's like I take like a spooky story or an unexplained occurrence that a friend is telling me about, but once we start speculating on why that happened, then it's like, oh,
Repeat. Care package
Oh.
waiting.
oh shit, we're
No.
serious about this now, you know? Like, we have to come up with a plausible explanation for a supernatural entity at the bottom of the lake.
Well, that's the only explanation I can think of. It makes sense, because there's I mean, there's no evidence, but, like, there's a lake.
Well, there's no evidence. There's a lake, yeah.
I don't know. It's the only thing that, like, could cause a death, that could cause a haunting, if you believe in that sort of bullshit.
The thing is, like,
Care package ready for
yeah, I'm never going to that
We
lake.
want it.
Yeah. Well, you don't even
Yeah,
know
that-
where it is, so you don't gotta
No,
worry
I
about
know, but I like, if you offered to me to go to the spooky lake, I'd be like, no, I'm not
it.
going.
Not going to... You want to go to the spooky lake today, Sam?
When I go to the spooky lake, where, like, there's, like, an elongated
that's
pedophile
like what
who's
they
also
say-
dead.
That's what they say in horror movies. Like, hey, you want to go to that lake where that guy died? Yeah.
Yeah, if I were in a horror movie and someone was like, hey, yeah, so you want to go to, like,
You want to go to the
the aban-
cemetery?
you want to
You want
spend
to go to the
weekend-
abandoned cemetery?
Harry!
No. No, I don't. I actually don't.
Like, it's like, you wanna spend the weekend at the abandoned insane asylum, like 20 miles upstate, where three
With no
where three-
internet?
with no internet, where 3 people have died independently in this
Where
past
3
week.
people have died to gorillas?
Yeah, there's also a gorilla infestation. Like, I'm expecting
You
to
want to go
mention-
to the abandoned gorilla zoo?
We're 3 hours into the ride, and you're just now mentioning that the ambiguously haunted insane asylum that we're gonna be spending the weekend at is infested with gorillas. Yes,
Was also a gorilla zoo?
we've broken down.
It was
What?
also a gorilla heart transplant surgery place? Yeah,
Yes.
so, yeah.
Well, in those movies, I would never say yes to any of that. Like,
Yeah, but it's definitely a spooky story from one of my friends. And it shows how
Yeah.
spooky happenings do be happening, though, in the
they
neighborhood.
do. Yeah. Sometimes I wonder why there isn't a wider scientific interest in this kind of thing, because
Well, there is,
it's-
but they're seen as hacks.
No, well, but that's because they are hacks. Like, all the people who pretend to research this
Yeah,
stuff
they
are
hacked
all,
the
all-
game.
No, they're all frauds. But like, I wonder why there aren't people who are like you know, like credentialed scientists who like think about this stuff. Because
Yeah.
everyone has one of these stories, but it's just like not talked about.
Yeah, probably because there's a reasonable explanation for all of them.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. But anyway, that was
Grass
the
Tyson
that,
is just like, well, you see, pedophiles can elongate sometimes.
elongated pedophiles. But that was the first spooky experience of my lifetime. Even though I didn't experience it, that was my first time where like somebody like in my like friend group was like, that was the first time where like a spooky thing like happened that wasn't in like a movie or a game or something, you know?
Yeah.
Fuck.
You came really close there.
Yeah, I was like within 1 inch.
UAV recon standing by.
Yeah.
Repeat,
So then what happened after that was that we told my counselor, my camp counselor. If you watched the previous Uncut, I mentioned how I went to camp with this guy.
It's a cast of characters.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. So we told one of my camp counselors, who was also my mentor.
is standing by.
He was basically the closest human equivalent to Skips that I've ever met. He was really old, but he was jacked. Like, I'm talking huge.
Recon standing by.
Like, he was
Yeah.
6 foot tall and jacked. And like,
He was also a gorilla.
no, he was literally the size of a gorilla, Sam. That's not even a joke.
Okay.
And he
yeah.
also had really long white hair that he put into like a giant ponytail. And he was ripped.
And he talked like this.
Yeah. Yeah. And he also told me all these awesome stories, like how he fought a goat on the side of a cliff in the Grand Canyon. It was a whole thing. And this dude was my mentor.
That does sound like a whole thing.
Yeah, but he was like my mentor because he was essentially Skips. He was like the closest person I've ever met to being Skips from regular show. And when we told him about the ghost thing, just because we used to like hang with him, and we told him about the ghost thing, he told us that he also experienced a ghost thing in his time
UAV recon is standing
when he
by.
was a little kid. When he was a little kid, and he also like lived in the area. When he was a little kid, in this one house he went to, he swears that there was a ghost living in there with him. And he knew because when he was a kid, he would always get visited. He'd always get visited by this like little boy, and he didn't know how the little boy ever got in his house. But I remember the little boy. It was something like this. The little boy's face was never shown. Like he never showed his face. It was clearly a little boy because of his size. And he was like a little white boy. But what he did was he had a bag or something over his head, like a white paper bag. And on the white paper bag was like a little drawing of a smile with like glasses. It was like glasses and a little cartoon smile drawn on a white paper bag and put over this kid's head. And so he'd always get visited by this boy, apparently.
Yeah, you're freaking me the fuck out right now.
Why? Oh, it's spooky? I guess it is kind of spooky.
Oh, okay. But it does help that it's secondhand, though.
Yeah. So he would always get visited by this little boy all the time. They would play together.
He was never like, hey, could you breathe?
No, because he was also little. This is when he was a little kid.
Standing by.
In like
okay.
in like fucking, I don't know, the 1800s.
90s.
No,
Yeah.
it's probably like
Your UAV recon is
probably like the
standing by.
70s or something. Well, maybe like the 60s or the 70s.
Yeah.
So when he was a little boy, like 8 or 9, and he kept getting visited by this boy, but the boy would never talk. The boy acted like a clueless child. Like he acted like he literally understood nothing about anything, you know?
Yeah.
And so he said that he would always show the boy stuff. Like he would show the boy like his toys, and he would show the boy like things, you know? And he would like give the boy his toys, and then sometimes he would come home and the toys would be out, you know, like as if the other kid had been playing with them. He had a specific name for the boy.
I don't want to know the name.
Okay. Okay.
Because that just makes it worse.
Why?
I don't know. It just does.
Well, he gave the kid like an innocent name.
Jerry.
No, it was like
For deployment.
I honestly don't remember what the name was, but it was something innocent, something with like that ended in like IE, you know.
Genghis.
Oh, I think it was like Harry. I think it was Harry. I think he called the kid Harry, I think.
Okay.
So Harry was like the kid with the bag over his head. And, you know, as the years went on, you know, he grew up, right? And he went to college. And, well, not, you know, before college, you know, he went to, like, middle school and shit, and high school. And as the years went on, he, like, got, like, he didn't see the kid anymore. And he was convinced that it was just an imaginary friend. Like, he must have just, like, imagined the kid. And, like, it was just, like, a typical imaginary friend. And he goes to college. And he leaves, and he comes back, and he lives with his parents for like a few more years in the same house, and then finally it's time for him to move out, right? Because he's like, you know, he's older now. He's like in his mid-20s. It's time for him to get his own place, and so he's packing up his car to leave, and the car's all packed. He gets in the car. Turns it on, and he starts backing out of the driveway. And as he's backing out of the driveway, in his bedroom window, he sees the kid with the bag over his head standing there in the window and waves bye to him. And that was the last time he saw him.
You see, it's a metaphor for his childhood.
You see? Maybe.
Nuts.
Maybe it is. I don't know. But he told me that was the last time he ever saw Harry, or whatever his name was.
Wow. Well, holy fuck.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
What do you mean you got nothing? No theories or whatever?
I don't know how to respond to that. That's just like beyond me.
What if he had like a what if he had like a horribly deformed face or something under the bag?
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
So because you know maybe he got bullied because he was like, maybe he had a horribly deformed face. He was like Elephant Man, if you ever seen that movie.
Yeah.
He had like a horribly deformed face, and he got bullied for it or whatever. And then like the kids, like the bullies, like went too far and like killed him or something by accident.
Killed him. And
No, by accident. Like they like push him or something, and he falls, or you know, like they push him and he hits his head and he breaks his skull and he dies accidentally. And then because like his ugliness caused his death, he puts a bag over his head.
Oh, he's like in the afterlife. He's just like, oh man, I'm dead. And they're like, you will haunt the world of the living, but first, you're so fucking ugly, you're going to put a bag over your head. What? It's
Or
going
maybe-
to be your ghostly gimmick. Ooh.
No, he probably had the bag before he died. Okay, yeah. All right, this sounded like a good theory, but there's no real evidence to back it up. But it's probably true. There's probably a reason.
That's true.
There's probably a reason for him wearing the bag. You know?
Yeah. There typically are reasons for people wearing bags over their faces.
Yeah, like you.
Suck my butt, terrorist town.
Suck my butt, trouble in terrorist town.
Diarrhea, sex pervert, full blast.
So that was another example of something weird going on in our neighborhood. And it was like not a bad ghost. It was like a good ghost. It was a Casper, right? It's a real Casper.
Yeah.
So that's just another story. And now we get to my story. We flash forward to another summer. Many years later. This was early middle school. This was. Okay, let me get some water. My mouth be dry. So when I was friends with my friend CJ, I went to his house one day.
Mr. McBungus.
Mr. McBungus, CJ McBungus. And it was raining that day that I was going over to his house. This is, okay, for the audience's information, this is the stories that we've told before, but now they're going to have updates with footage and images and shit.
Oh shit, nice.
Yeah, you're not going to see them. Stop.
No. Yo, Sam, put some footage in there. Put like Dragon Ball Z.
Dude, no, Sam, no. So, I went over to his house, and I was waiting outside, and his house was at the end of this long, like road or whatever, like, you know, road, but it's like houses. His was at the very far end of it, and so there was nowhere you could go after his house, but there was like a little forest around it because it was at the end, and there was a little area with trees right near his house, off the side of the road, where it was like a little opening. And sometimes we would meet in that opening because it was like a circle, and the trees formed like a little canopy, and so there were like plastic chairs there and shit. So sometimes I would just sit there while waiting for him. And on this particular day, it was raining, like I said, so it was a good time to like be under the canopy and to be relatively dry. So I was waiting for him, and then while I was waiting, I heard footsteps. I'm texting this guy. I'm like, yo, come out, you know, because he was like waiting. He's like, oh, I'm getting dressed or something like that. And as I was waiting, I heard footsteps, and I look over, and I think it's him coming, but it's not. It's coming from the opposite direction from his house. His house was on my right, and it was coming from the left.
Waiting for your mark.
I look over, and it's like the clicking of these shoes. And I see, like, it's hard to tell because of the trees, but I see, like, a little girl, and she's in, like, black clothing. She has, like, white, really high white stockings, and, like, black, like, clippy-clappy shoes, like the kind of, like, dance shoes or something, you know? Like, the shoes that, like, clippy-clap.
Yeah.
Like, dance shoes. And she's, like,
She's
running.
in pops mode.
She's like running like the full speed of that a little girl can go. She's like running.
Mm-hmm.
And then as she's running, she like is about to like brush past where I am. And for a second, because I'm in this little area surrounded by trees, like a tree blocks my vision for a split second. Like she's running, there's a tree, and then as she goes behind the tree, the running stops, and she never comes out the other end.
That's right. Yep.
So she literally just disappeared out of my vision.
Yes.
And it's like I only saw her, and this all happened in a very brief moment, like 5 seconds at max. Between 3 and 5 seconds. I just saw like this blip of a person, a little girl, running and then disappearing.
Damn.
And so I told CJ when he finally came out, and he was like, oh man, that's weird. Oh man. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty weird, right? But we didn't actually think that much of it at the time. I know, usually it's like, what the fuck? But yeah, I didn't think that much of it at the time. I figured that it was just something else, not a ghost girl. But yeah,
A teleporting girl.
yeah, not a teleporting girl, but you know,
These bitches be teleporting.
they really do. But I soon realized that as the summer went on, more and more weird and creepy shit started happening. So eventually I was like, you know, that probably just wasn't like something. That was probably a ghost girl who teleported, you know? So the rest of the mystery with that ghost girl didn't conclude until later in the summer. The next thing that happened was... that's right. Next was the missing girl, the girl who died.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So, in our previous episode, we made it sound like there was some sort of a connection between the two. We don't know 100%, but it's a pretty valid theory, if I do say so myself. So I'm going to portray them more as being separate stories this time, and not as being like connected things. But it is very plausible that they are connected. So me and CJ, we one day found this little pin that said Elizabeth on it. We found it in like
Sam, where the fuck did you go?
what do you mean?
In the map.
Oh, right
I
here.
see you.
Yeah.
Predator missile ready
We
for
found
launch.
like
Repeat.
this
Predator
little
missile ready
this
for
little
launch.
not a pin, but like a like what do you I don't know
Like a
what you would-
pendant?
a pendant. Yeah, that's it. Not a pin. A pendant.
Missile is
Yep.
ready for deployment.
And that you could put on a necklace or on a keychain. I think it would work better on a keychain.
I've got a brand new shiny helmet and a pair of kinky boots.
All right, sorry about that, guys. A little bit of a cut there. We just had a little thing we had to sort out real quick. But we're back into it now. So as I was saying, me and CJ one day in a parking lot, we found this gold pendant that was rusted over. So it was clearly very old, and it said Elizabeth on it. And it was like something that you could put onto like a car keys maybe, or maybe like some sort of like necklace thing. But it you know, it had like a little hole that you could definitely put it onto something. We found it. We wanted to return it to whoever like it belonged to. Oh, and it also said like I think it said New York on it. I think it was supposed to be a license plate. I'm not sure. It said Elizabeth on it though, so whoever owned it was named Elizabeth. And we wanted to return it or whatever. So we wanted to return it, but no, it didn't belong to anybody. Then we found out later when we went to this church that was pretty far away from our house. There's two churches. Don't get confused. There's one that's closer to where we live and one that's farther away. This is the farther away one. But it's still on our street. And we went there, and lo and behold, we found out that the only Elizabeth in the town was dead. Because there was a grave in the back of the church that said Elizabeth. So we started putting like two and two together, right? Or like maybe this pendant like belonged to the person who died, to the person named Elizabeth who died, and then it fell into our hands. But once again, there was no major link putting the two things together, right? It was all just like rampant speculation. We had some things that sort of connected, but as of yet, there was no major puzzle piece that made everything fit together. But in the meantime, while that like whole Elizabeth thing was still going on, a bunch of other spooky stuff happened. Some stuff Sam was present for.
Fuck. Yeah.
For example,
You're right. You're
yeah.
right.
For example, the very famous warlock story.
Famous among 25 people.
Yes. Everybody knows about the warlock. So now we're going to talk about it once again. And this time we're going to get it fucking right. We're going to tell the story the way it happened. So, one day we were out looking for trouble. We wanted something spooky to happen, right? We were just craving it.
Fuck!
Yeah, turn your own weapon against you.
Yeah.
So we went to this house that had been abandoned since the 80s. And we wanted to investigate it. We wanted to try and, for lack of a better term, break into it.
Bust some ghosts.
Straight up. We basically went to the house. It was me, CJ, and Sam. We went to the house, and it was like there was like the main street, and then there was a really long, windy path that went off the street, and then that's where the house was. So we went there. There's no one around. All the walls were like boarded up and like with tape. But there was one area in the back of the house that was like a little bit weaker. So we tried to like open the door, It was like a sliding door, but we couldn't get it open. And then there was like a side door that like could go in to like there was like a few steps. There was like 3 steps and then a door. And as we were going up, we heard somebody inside, and we thought that there was somebody in the house, and that we were caught, that we were going to be in big doo-doo this time. But there wasn't. Nobody ever came out. And the more we listened to it, all 3 of us each put our ear up to the door, and we all listened to it, and it was like weird talking,
Care package waiting for your mark.
right?
Repeat, care
Don't you
package
remember what it
waiting
was
for your
like?
mark.
I do. Well,
How would you describe it? Because it wasn't human talking. It was like
it was just
weird.
like a rhythmic chanting. It sounded like a radio.
Yeah, it was like the quality of a radio, and like the way the person was talking like a weirdo was like a radio. It was just like not human, but it was human-like, but not human. It was a different tongue, I would say. No. Yeah, and it definitely wasn't a language either. It was just like, you know?
Yeah, I do know.
And we were like, there's no... At first we thought maybe somebody left a TV on, and then we were like, no, because, like, this house has been abandoned since the 80s.
Care package waiting for your
We were like, is there a homeless person in there watching TV? And we were like, well, first of all, clearly isn't any way to get into the house. Second of all, there's clearly no furniture, so they probably don't have a TV. Third of all, they don't have electricity. So, what is the explanation for all of this, right? This is strange. We don't know. We come back. CJ had a YouTube channel at the time, and he did CSGO videos, and he had audio equipment. He had things that could help us. So we took the audio equipment back to the house, and we put his microphone up to the door, and we used the like voice app on his phone to try to get the audio, and then go back to his computer at his house and boost it, like to hear what was being said. And it was like straight up weird rhythmic chanting, like weird rhythmic chanting that wasn't a language. It was clearly like some sort of Lord of the Rings ass like fantasy gobbledygook. And yeah, but we still couldn't make out much more of it because it was really poor quality, because it was coming from like the voice fucking app. Then cut forward to probably a couple days later or something like that. We're going back to the house again to try and investigate it some more.
UAV recon standing by.
But this time,
UAV recon is standing
a
by.
creepy ass old dude, a bald ass, creepy ass, wrinkly ass, scary ass old dude.
It's kind of hairless.
Yeah, he was like no
He
eyebrows.
was pretty short. He kind of looked like a vanilla munchkin.
Yeah, he had no hair anywhere on his body, no eyebrows or anything, and he was like bald and like skinny and old and wrinkly.
He looked like the Kingpin from Daredevil.
No.
Well, he wasn't that
because he
big.
was scrawny. He also had
Okay,
a
you're
neck.
right. Yeah. Yeah, the neck.
So he yeah. He came out of the woods really creepily and slowly and watched us. Like he was in like, do you remember the clothes he was in?
I seem to remember like a polo shirt, but
Maybe. It was something like blank, you know?
yeah, something nondescript.
Yeah. And he started following. It was like gross clothes too. Like it wasn't like clean. And he started following us. And he followed us like down the whole street. This old ass guy. Like he was, for some reason, he was hanging out in the woods around that abandoned house. Like, excuse me?
Bro,
What?
no. Yeah.
It was extremely weird. So we came
Big
to...
weird, big weird.
We, for some reason, we started calling him the Warlock. I don't know why.
Yep. Well, I mean, he was a warlock, so.
Yeah, no, he was a warlock. So
Because like he was able to like follow us like in ways that didn't make sense given his like relative location, you know?
Oh yeah, like he was like teleporting around and shit.
Yeah.
Maybe he was the Slender Man.
Except he was bald.
So
Well, the
was
Slender Man is bald.
What the fuck was that comment? That was a stupid comment.
Okay, you know what? You know what? Joe Biden moment.
What is he, Slender Man? Slender Man's white.
Free for all.
He ain't black.
So,
Okay.
yeah. So, but then things got also weirder at another incident that happened with Sam,
Prisoners, comrades.
where we went to this house that used to belong to a cult, because my mom knew a girl who used to live on our street back in the 70s when all spooky shit happened. And there was a literal cult who like a blood sacrifice type of cult. They sacrificed like goats and shit in this one house. That was like in this one little like area that had since become like overgrown. And so Sam came to me one day with a couple of his friends who I didn't care for. And he was like, "Yo, we wanna do something spooky. Can you show us something spooky? There's gotta be something, man. Come on." So I was like, "Okay," and I took him to the cult house, and we went up to it,
Okay.
and it was spooky. Nothing actually happened, but it was just spooky because it is like properly documented that like sacrifices and satanic worship went down there. But where the theories come in is that perhaps the cult is still active in the street. And perhaps they've just like tried to like move, like, you know, like maybe they've relocated to the abandoned house, you know? So it's very possible. It's very possible. And, you know, they may be behind some of the other ghostly beings. The reason that they may not have been behind everything is because there may be an entirely different explanation for some of the other ghost shit. Because we went back to the faraway church, and I've told this story many, many times. We went down into a cellar that was said to not be opened. And we're like 90% sure that we found a body. Because it smelled horrible, and there was like dirt piled up on something and shovels. Even though the ground in that little basement area was like, you know, solid. Like, so somebody had to like bring dirt in and like try to pile something and bury something. It was weird, and it smelled horrendous. And I have footage of me and CJ many years ago going into this area. Let's take a look.
Okay. Bro, you have a flashlight. What are you doing? Okay. Bro. There's like a weird humming sound right now. Oh shit. Alright. Bro, what if they're like cameras? In the murder house, dude. Look. Bro, this is mad creepy. Dude, I know. Not seeing it. Dude, what if there's such like a fucking rat right there? Eats us alive. I would cry if there was a rat. Okay. Going through the doorway. It doesn't look like any of these motion sensors. Shit! What? There's not, there's just like... Where's the exit?
Wow. So yeah, that footage shows like the beginning.
So what if you added like those gifs of those girls, like the hot babes from the from those like racing games that like wave the flags? And you're just like, wow. To the footage.
No, so that footage doesn't show. That footage shows us walking like 5 feet in because we got scared, and then we went back, and then we went back again, into the very back, and that's where we found the body. Supposedly. I'm not confirming or denying that there was a body. And yeah, we believe that the ghost girl that I saw originally was actually murdered. We believe that the pendant, her name was Elizabeth, and the pendant fell off her in a struggle because she was like kidnapped and killed. And then her body was hidden in a church. And then one of the reasons we believe that is because after we found that, weird shit started happening to us. Like a weird van kept following us, and it like showed up while we were at this like gas station. Like we went to a gas station like late at night when it was closed, and we like fucked around and shit. You should never do this. This is highly illegal. We were like fucking around in the gas station. We basically were like breaking and entering. And this like van was like following us the whole time, and we had to like lose it to get home. So like we took a couple shortcuts and we had to get back to my house because we were all like having a sleepover that night. And then after that, the faraway church, someone tried to burn it down. There was a big fire, and I remember waking up one morning and seeing it, and because I was waiting for the bus for school, and I saw the fucking fire trucks. So that's why we have reason to believe that was definitely like done to try and cover up the fact that there was a body in there, because the murderer knew that the kids were onto him.
Bad vibes.
Bad vibes all around, frankly.
Negative vibes.
Yo, bad vibe, bad vibe.
Bye, bye, bye.
Negative vibes. That's everything. That's pretty much all my spooky stories. I'm probably forgetting a few other things, but that's pretty much everything that I know, and that my friends from my friends.
Well.
Happy Halloween! Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay, just making.
You said just make it.
Alright, I'm done.